Welcome to our live stream. Digital Preppers here. Very excited about that. If you are here listening, thank you for joining us. And if you are catching it on the replay, thanks for watching our discussion. So, just quickly off the bat, I wanted to say hello to some people. Looks like Creative Redundancy is here, Nate is here. Good to see you guys. Check out Creative Redundancy on Instagram and videos on YouTube as well. Good to see you, Nate. It's always nice to have you here. Same with Prepping with Sarge, YouTube and Instagram. Awesome channel. So much information there. And Rita's here. I already heard earlier that Rita was canning chicken. So thank you for taking time from your busy day to check out this discussion. And what else? Apocalyptic Ben 3311. If you haven't watched Ben's videos, check those out. It's really awesome stuff. William's here. Hey, Prepper 101, Texas Prepped, and Sugar in the Attic Homestead, another awesome channel. So good to see you guys. Super excited that we managed to get the Digital Prepper on here for a live stream.
Hey guys.
So welcome. You're floating in outer space and you're looking great tonight. So, yeah, welcome. Will you please tell us a little bit about your channel?
Yeah, sure. So funny enough, I actually started this channel about like a year ago, and I'm honestly surprised with kind of how fast it's been growing. I kind of started like looking at topics regarding preparedness. And most of them were, they were kind of the same type of stuff. They were kind of like end of the world, you gotta have a bunker, you gotta pack rice and beans and all that kind of stuff. But I'm kind of looking to reach retirement age, so hopefully none of that actually happens. But kind of being in the technology field for about 14 years now, I've always wanted to kind of like integrate technology with the prepping mindset. So like just doing things like taking network attached storages or like USB drives and stuff like that and storing like books, recipes, garden information, TV shows, movies, all that kind of stuff. That's just kind of like what kind of got me started. Just kind of creating the channel and kind of thinking about what I kind of wanted to do with it. As well as like things like making people aware of all these different big tech companies that they've had like things like data breaches, and they do things like collect your data and sell it to other people and stuff like that. So just kind of overall, I would say that the channel is mainly about integrating technology and the digital age, because that's kind of where we're heading towards, into preparedness.
So, I'm sure everyone wants to know how many memory sticks do you have squirreled away in your different bags?
Yes.
How many? More than
I
10? Less than 10?
I would say because oh, wow, I have a bunch, and then I also have uh uh like a server as well to kind of
Yeah.
store information on, as well as they call them NAS devices, NAS, so that stands for network attached storage.
Mhm.
And they're basically just boxes with like terabytes of hard drive space that you can store like whatever you want in there. And funny enough, like you can actually run those off of like solar generators and stuff. So, if like the power goes down or anything,
Mhm.
I'm still gonna have my my movies and stuff that I'm gonna be watching.
Yeah, you are. I see Prepping with Sarge is commenting, and I heard a rumor that you guys have a neat thing going with the Urban Prepper where you've been doing live streams, and it sounds like you're going to be back over there. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, we actually had a previous live stream with him a few weeks ago, and this coming Friday, actually, hopefully you guys will be there
Hmm.
this coming Friday, because the last one that we were on, it kind of was a little short, and I guess a
Mhm,
lot of people wanted to see both me and prepping with Sarge back
mhm.
on there. So we're going to be there this Friday, uh, talking about more stuff, and hopefully it'll be like 2-3 hours or something like that.
Nice. Are you going to be wearing the same red outfit?
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry, sorry, I don't get out much. I don't get out much. I have so many questions for you, but would you mind telling us a bit about the video that you released today that I was in the premiere watching?
Oh, so that one was about deleting your digital presence, or essentially how to like just some tips and tricks on how you can possibly remove yourself from the internet, like entirely. And I kind of go over in that video, I kind of go over some tips that you can do, like going after these like data brokers to kind of get your information out of all of their systems, closing down things like social media, and all that kind of stuff, killing your email, and basically, kind of like going off grid.
Mhm,
Now, obviously, and I do say this like at the end of the video, that it's it's kind of a nuclear option, and for a lot of people like us, technology, you can't just kind of get rid of it, but hopefully people can kind of take some of those tips and at least lower the amount of information that they have online, because I mean, with things like Amazon, and especially like Google has tons of information about everybody, and I mean, they sell that information to people for advertising. That's how you get the you talk about cats, and then all of a sudden your phone starts giving you cat advertisements.
mhm. Yes. So, if do you order from Amazon and then scratch out your name with a Sharpie and then cut up the box into 100 pieces and then burn it? Or or do you not order from Amazon?
I do. I will admit I do order from Amazon. A fair amount. And I think one of the things that you do have to think about is like how much of your information are you comfortable with being out there, because obviously we're YouTubers, we have YouTube channels and stuff, and
Mhm,
on the back end, you do have to give some of your information to like these companies, especially if you're gonna do things, like monetize your channel and stuff.
mhm.
So I mean, you just got to be comfortable with having that information out there, and at the same time you do want to limit what specific places that you have your information shared with. Like I'd rather have my information shared with maybe like 5 or 6 different companies, instead of just giving it to every little like store that pops up, you know what I mean?
So why is it that if I think of a cup of coffee, for example, it pops up on my screen? How does that work?
So like the places like Google and like Amazon and such, they actually have like these algorithms that they kind of run in their background, and they collect all of that information on you. So like for let's take like Amazon for example. They'll see like what specific items you buy. Like let's say maybe you buy a coffee cup, you buy a coffee machine, and then all of a sudden it's going to start recommending different coffee beans for you to buy and such. And it's just taking that previous information and going like, hey, uh she bought these items, maybe she'll like this, maybe
Mhm.
she'll like this, and all that kind of stuff. So that's pretty much what that is.
Yeah, well, and they know that I will. So, do you think? What about people who worry about email, Gmail, Proton Mail? What
Um,
should they do?
so with email, and email is so, it's such a big topic just because of I mean, I've even done a video regarding Proton Mail, and I want to say, I don't remember what they did specifically. I don't know if they got like breached or what. But in the meantime, Proton Mail, I would say, if you want to go with a, like, nice private email, either go with that or go with like mail.com. Because mail.com actually, you could just have like just a simple email, no like tracking or anything. Either that, or you can have no email.
And I think in your previous video, didn't you say that, yeah, you can't get away with living with no email unless or something like that. You need to
Yeah.
have, yeah.
Yeah, that was the email, or not the email. That was the video that came out today. Because a lot of people, like I said, most people nowadays, technology is so integrated within our society that you really can't do anything without, like, at minimum, having an email address. You can't even apply for jobs, or like, buy certain items online, all that kind of stuff. And it's a little it's a little crazy, but at the same time, if you kind of like play your cards right, and just follow all the kind of tips and tricks to keep yourself safe online, then overall you should be fine.
Well, I have noticed in my professional life that
Mhm.
physical addresses are kind of that's from the past. Resumes, professional letters and stuff, all the address is now just email address.
Yep.
You see that as well?
Yeah. Which, it's I don't necessarily like it. I kind of wish that we had more options. I remember, like, people talking back in the day. You used to just be able to fill out, like, grab a um an application, fill it out, and just give it directly to the company itself. Now, I don't I don't know any company that does that anymore. It's all fill it out online, or you use like a third party software like LinkedIn or Indeed. So that's like another third party that you have to give your information to. And it's just it's kind of nuts.
So I am looking at the chat a little bit, and I know
Mhm.
we only have so much time here, but Sugar in the Attic Home said something about EMPs, and of course that's its own 3 hour or more
Oh, yes.
time. But is there something you could say about EMPs? You worry about them, and what do you do? Do you have a Faraday bag?
I don't know if you've ever heard of the company Mission Darkness. They
Hmm.
they they make a bunch of like Faraday bags and other, kind of like blackout bags and such. I do have some of those for some of my devices here. But overall, and like, you can actually I've actually done a video about all about like EMPs, and at the end of it, spoiler alert,
Hmm.
I don't necessarily, like, think that EMPs are gonna necessarily be like an issue,
Hmm.
because there's two types, right? There's
Hmm.
the EMP that's gonna come from like from the sun, essentially, and then there's EMPs that are gonna come from uh like nuclear, type stuff, that's weapons and all that kind of stuff.
Hmm.
Um, so those, I'm also not necessarily worried about, because if that sort of thing is gonna happen, I think we have worse issues that we have to worry about than the EMP itself.
Yep.
um, but like, for the grid itself, we actually, at least in the United States, um, at least what they say is that they have a lot of protections to kind of protect the power grid from something like an EMP. But overall, I kind of I have my whole stash stashed away somewhere so that even if that were to happen, it's not necessarily going to be an issue.
That makes
Yeah,
sense.
coronal mass injections. That's the word I was looking for.
I see. Okay. And so, what are a few basic ways that people can look after their privacy?
So privacy itself, and man, that could be a huge 4-hour topic by
Yeah.
itself. Um, I'd say the very first thing that I would start to look at is your phone, if you have one, obviously. But phones are so kind of like ubiquitous these days that most 99% of the population probably has one. Um, but that's where I would start, because a lot of people, they essentially have their lives kind of on their phone. You can do so many things with it. You can, like, pay bills and exchange money and all that kind of stuff with your phone. So that's the first thing that I would take a look at. I would take a look at like having uh what do you call it? Having like encryption on your phone. There's like settings
Mm-hmm.
depending on the type of phone that you have to kind of encrypt it. I actually have my phone set up to where if the password is misentered in too many times, it basically just wipes the entire phone by itself. Um, and that's where I would start. So I would start with your phone.
Mm-hmm.
The second thing that I would, take a look at, along with your phone, because it kind of goes a little hand in hand, is looking at all of the accounts that you have and whether or not you need to, like, kind of get rid of some of those, just, like as I was saying, to kind of get rid of those, to so that you don't have all that information out online with all of these third party places.
Yeah.
Message deleted by Digital Prepper's white hat hacking team.
Well, also, I saw that one of Elon Musk's satellites deleted a message as well,
Oh no.
according to Prepper 101. Yeah. And I guess we're learning about what people use for communication when they don't use anything digital, but yet they're here. That's what we're trying to figure out. Oh, hey everybody. It looks like, yeah, Mosaic Masters here, Grayman Prepping is here, Arkman, Arkwellman, James, good to see you. Rapture ready. Oh, so many people here.
Yeah.
This is great. Okay, so as a prepper, of all the things you could be concerned about right now,
Mhm.
can you give us a couple of your concerns?
Oh boy. I mean, obviously, you have the stuff kind of going on in Ukraine and Russia and all that kind of stuff going on right now. Um I am, a little concerned with that kind of spilling over into our side of the world. Um the other thing that, I'm kind of I do want to say worried about is, the fact that cybersecurity is just, it's a huge issue nowadays. And so, I don't know if you've heard of in the States, there in Florida, there was actually a cyber attack. I want to say, like half a year ago or so, in Florida, where they actually hacked a water treatment plant, where they they like messed with the settings of a certain chemical that's put in the water, and like cranked it up to dangerous amounts. So it's now dangerous amounts of chemicals in the tap water that could potentially, harm a bunch of people that, are getting that water. All these hacks and data breaches and such, that's like one of the main things that I'm kind of worried about. Uh, and that's mainly because I mean, you can't really fight that kind of thing. But I mean, yeah, obviously you can prepare for it by having your own, stash of supplies and such. But I mean, you can't really fight, the large scale cyber attack because it's not necessarily affecting you specifically. It's affecting, everybody. So that's one of my main ones.
Yes. Yes. So do you print a lot of stuff to have it non-digital? I guess that's kind of counterintuitive or something,
No,
but
that's a good question. Because I mean, I have a lot of items. Like if I find like a nice recipe online, I'll save it and store that digitally. But at the same time, I do have like a binder that has like a lot of recipes and such. Just in case I I can't just in case either my system dies or whatever the case may be. I'll still have at least something. Some of the stuff you can't really like replace. Like you would have to like re-download like TV shows and all that kind of stuff. But no, I do keep some things in print, and it's just another preparedness tip of having that sort of redundancy. I mean,
yes.
obviously you would have like two or three hard drives or whatever. It's just extra. You have that and you have a print version of it.
Yeah, like non-creative redundancy, sort of redundancy, right? Oh, there is a question from Sarge.
Okay.
Thoughts on companies like LifeLock? Anyone you recommend?
Oh boy. I I honestly don't I honestly don't like companies like those. Like I know when I was talking about the T-Mobile data breach, they it was funny because they had a data breach. It affected like millions of people, and they pretty much turned around to their customers and kind of told them, "Hey, we're sorry. Um, here is a free, I don't know, it was like 2 or 3 year like package or whatever to something along the lines of LifeLock. For anyone who doesn't know, LifeLock is a third party company that pretty much you give them like some of your personal information, and then they kind of just like watch over it for you. But
What could go wrong?
and like the issue that I have there obviously is, you can do that yourself. Now, yeah, it's going to be a little more time consuming to, like look at things like, like your credit, and your, like what's going on with your social security numbers and things of that nature. But I would definitely do that rather than put it into the hands of somebody else who's, they're just going to put that information in some sort of third party server, regardless of how um, safe and secure they say it might be. There's been huge companies that have gotten data breaches these days. So it's all about what you want to do.
Yes, well, that makes sense. So, what is next with your channel? Are there any topics that you already know are coming down the line for your videos?
What I want to start doing, because I know, it kind of gets old, with, oh, this week this person got or this company got hacked and all that kind of stuff. Um, I'm actually kind of wanting to, kind of like branch out and do two things. One, I actually kind of want to do, like a little bit more live streams. Funny enough, where I could just like have a group of people and we can kind of talk back and forth about preparedness topics and just see what's what's kind of happening these days. Um, and then the second thing, I do kind of want to look and do a little bit more with hardware. Like I actually, made a video about the Akmo solar generator. And that was pretty fun. I kind of want to look more into hardware and kind of let people know about different hardwares that they can use to either like start their digital preparedness journey, and things like that. Maybe like look at uh like what's like the best network storage device that you can have, things of that nature.
Yes. Do you carry a solar charger around with you everywhere you go?
Oh, I do. Definitely.
Is it, I can't ask you to show me because, is it one that's kind of this big? I have one that's this big, and then it folds out to about this big.
Yeah, I actually I have two. I have one that's like a whole solar panel. Like it just looks like a flat solar panel with USB inputs on the back of it. And then the other one is kind of a little more robust. It's a little it's like a small thick device that has solar panels that come out of it, but it also has like a like camping like lantern style lights and like a flashlight and such. So yeah, I use that one more than the other one because the other one's kind of it's just kind of bulky and it's just like a whole, like think like a laptop,
Yeah.
and that's how big that one is. It's just like a whole solar panel. I'm like, I don't want that one.
Yeah, if, to a coffee shop or something, it's a little awkward to carry around an
Yep.
entire full solar panel. So of course, as everybody who's here will know, that Angry Preppers live stream is coming up in a few minutes. So I think a lot of us want to go head over and watch that. Of course, thank you so much for coming by for this short live stream.
No, of
Can you
course.
tell us a little bit about how people can find you and reach you? Of course, subscribing to the channel to get all the content. Any other way to communicate or alternate technology that you use?
Yeah, actually, I mean, obviously, I have a email address on my channel. You can find that by going there. I'm also I don't know if it's fortunate or unfortunate, but I'm also on Twitter at the digital prep. Um and funny enough, I actually have taken a the TikTok username the digital prepper, but I don't necessarily
Oh,
use that one just because of I don't know. I'm not really a TikTok person.
did you know that the roaming prepper is huge on TikTok?
Oh, really?
Yes,
Nice.
yes. Fun fact. Okay, well, that's wonderful. So there's the link to your channel is in the description box if anyone isn't already a subscriber, and I'll add the t Twitter info to it after this so that people can see. So great. Thank you so much. Good to see you all. James, Mosaic Master, Creative Run and See, Apocalyptic Ben, Prepper 101, Grayman Prepping, Gary up on the northwest coast of British Columbia, and others, Rita, etc. Oh, and Sanel's here. Thanks for being here, Sanel. And everybody else. We appreciate it. Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks for coming, and we've really enjoyed you being here.
Thank you so much. I
Oh,
appreciate you
wow.
guys. Oh, wow.
James sent a super chat, and Ben had also sent a super chat. So James and Ben, thank you for sending the super chats, and for everyone else for commenting and being here. Really didn't need to do that, but the super chats, but it is very appreciated. So thank you very much.
You guys are
So
awesome.
let's continue this chat over in Angry Preppers live stream, which is starting now with Rage in the Cage. All right. Bye for now.
All right. Stay safe and stay prepared out there, guys.
Sounds good.